Hey, my guy, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Welcome to my place, man.
I love it, man.
Thank you for coming over. You're
awesome.
killing it. You've been killing it.
I appreciate that. You too, man.
Why are you so out there on social? Like you're there. You're giving it to people.
Just try to tell my truth, man. Be me. You know, I've always been this person, but I just put a camera on and figured, especially in this moment, that the truth is an endangered commodity. And our arena is social media. That's where most of us learn about what's happening in the world.
Yeah, but most artists are afraid to speak up. Most, not all, but most are like, I got people who are MAGA and whatever, and they are part of my fan club, and I don't want to.
Trying to hold on to MAGA fans. No, I gave up on MAGA fans a long time ago. So
you know what I mean. What did the quote was is that Michael Jordan said, Republicans buy sneakers too, or something like that. You know.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, but I've had times when I've tried to be muzzled, and man, I couldn't sleep at night. You know, it was kind of tearing me up, knowing that I was maybe sacrificing my integrity in pursuit of commercial success. And I think I'm inspired to be guided by purpose and alignment now more than to just be chasing every bag. All money ain't good money, you know what I mean? And if I have to muzzle myself and silence myself, inshallah, I don't have to do that to feed my family. I mean, I got a deep faith in God and my fate. You know what I'm saying? I think that if I'm moving guided by the right principles and guided by truth, love, justice, peace, then hey, you know, whatever comes along with it comes along with it.
Faith and fate. I
Faith
like
and
that.
fate.
Did you see that they're going to pull out of Minneapolis ICE?
I thought they were gonna pull out like 3 weeks ago.
He's saying that they're going to pull out, so I don't know if, do you believe it?
They'll probably just transition into a more covert operation, right? I mean, ICE has been operating since so far before this current chaotic moment. ICE was going crazy under Biden. I mean, they were deporting so many people. Obama deporting so many people. It's just theater. This is political theater. They're doing the same thing they've been doing, but in a more visible, blatant, repressive
It's more
manner.
brutal now.
For
I mean,
sure.
before they weren't just running up on people because of their accents and busting their windows and pulling it, you know, I mean, Obama deported a lot of people, but whether you liked it or not, however you feel about it, but at least they used due process and they didn't make it theater like they're making it now. They weren't putting people on planes and in shackles and then videotaping it and then putting.
It's the theater of
and
it. Because
what's her name? Christy Nome standing in front of all these guys in a prison with.
She makes me fucking sick. When I saw the image of her on the rooftop in Chicago, a literal overseer staring down at the people she was brutalizing, then I'm going through the airports and I'm forced to see her fucking Botox face everywhere in every airport in America. Like that shit was sickening to me.
Yeah. So that's no.
But I hear what you're saying. I mean,
yeah.
I guess
it's in line with what you're saying because you're saying theater.
It's
That's
theater. You know what I mean? It's blatant. It's overt. It's repressive. It's exercises in domination. You know what I mean? And obviously, previous presidents like Biden and Obama still utilized many of the same mechanisms, but they did it in a more classic, covert fashion. You know, whereas Trump's whole process seems to be based off of stirring up chaos. Man, my favorite, that's not the right way to say it, but one of the wildest Epstein files was Epstein talking to Peter Thiel. Epstein says, Brexit, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
And it's just the beginning. Peter Thiel says, of what? Epstein says, a return to tribalism. The end of globalization. It's easier to purchase something on its way to collapse than it is to find the next bargain. I mean, if that doesn't sum up completely what they're doing, they just robbing the house. They're just looting as much as they can. They don't think that they can fucking cut off elections. He doesn't think he can serve another term. They're just gonna make as much money as they can right now.
That's the definition of kleptocracy. And it feels like Russia, right? It feels like everyone is just out for themselves and the rich get richer. It's cliche, the poor get poorer. But that's exactly what's happening right now. Hold on.
Barkley?
That's all right. The Barclays. Anyway, we can keep going. So that's exactly what's happening right now. But also the brutalization and the killing of people. We have people who have died, who have been shot because of ICE.
Right.
And because of this administration wanting to, just show people that they are strong men or whatever it is that they want to show.
Oh yeah, it's grotesque. I mean, those executions on camera were grotesque, as the execution in Minneapolis of George Floyd was grotesque, of the execution of Philando Castile. I mean, the execution of citizens by the state in furtherance of white supremacy has been going on the whole goddamn time.
Especially black bodies.
Black bodies, I mean, brown bodies, but a lot of black bodies. It just feels different to the nation when you see white people subjected to the same type of brutality that black people have always been subjected to the same type of fascism. That's why I see a lot of black people like, not so moved by these displays of fascism, because they say we've experienced fascism since the dawn of this nation, you know? But back to that telling Epstein file, putting it all on camera and making these grotesque displays of domination and brutality, the political theater of it is really what I keep an eye on, because, okay, what are you stealing while we're focusing on ICE? You know what I mean?
Speaking of, what are they stealing while Pam Bondi is supposedly answering questions and not answering one question? What was that? Speaking of theater.
Man, she ain't got shit to say. Pam Bondi just has no response, no rebuttal for anything, just bumbling idiocy.
Her response is, the stock market is going up to 50,000 and whatever, and it's like, what is she talking about? She said that the S&P.
Satan's got a special cell for Pam Bondi. I mean, every single Nazi was under orders. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you chose to throw people in a gas chamber, I'm sure you had a superior giving you orders, but human beings are responsible for their action, whether or not it feeds their families. You know what I mean? Whether or not they've joined the cult and they subscribe to the material benefits that come along with it, you know? And I think when you see Pam Bondi up there just short-circuiting, you know what I mean, with no answers for anything, you can watch the castles of sand crumbling in her mind. It's like, oh, my house of cards, my house of lies. It's like, it's so feeble.
Do you think that these people will ever face any consequences? Because I think they should go to jail. I think what they've been doing to people, brutalizing people on the street, I think it's criminal.
Yeah, will these people ever face consequences? Some will. The less powerful will surely face consequences.
But not the Pam Bondis of the world.
Oh, Pam Bondi might face consequences. I don't think she's high on the list of more powerful. You know what I mean? Pam Bondi is probably a good fall guy for this. I think Pam Bondis of the world, some of those folks will face consequences. Some will be incarcerated. Most of them, the Democrats are going to forgive them. This is like the Civil War. Hell yeah. What historical precedent in the United States would make you think the Democrats were not going to forgive? They forgave the whole Confederacy. They forgave all of them. If those people didn't have to spend the rest of their life incarcerated, how are the Trumpers, how are the MAGAs going to be held accountable?
So you think they are, but do you think they should?
100% they should go to prison.
No, do you think they should? I said forgive them.
Oh,
you think they should go to prison?
Should the Democrats forgive them?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
But the Democrats are in on the steal too. The Democrats are like just another side of the same coin. I mean, bruh, they're all in the Epstein files. Like, it's like if there was no Democrats in the Epstein files, maybe we could have a conversation about them having moral superiority. But you know.
Yeah, but nobody's in there mentioned as much as Pam Bondi, Ghislaine Maxwell, and actual Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean,
and Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Donald Trump.
Because they redacted every time it even says the word Don. Yeah. So there's times in sentences where it says don't, and it's been redacted. And it's like, I see what you did there. Yeah, but I think he'll give himself a presidential pardon preemptively. He's already discussed that. Many of his high-ranking members, I think, will skate off scot-free, but some will be incarcerated. But I think at large, the Democrats will bend the knee and just like forgive most of them.
How do you think the Democrats? You think they did well with Pam Bondi, the way they handle her?
I did like the interrogation of Pam Bondi. I mean, I felt like her argument was so non-existent that it wasn't like a feat of mental gymnastics to make her look stupid. I mean, she kind of does that all on her own. I'm glad that they actually held her to task for the releasing of all those victims' names. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. You redact all the abusers' names and leave in all these victims' names who didn't come forth themselves. She might be one of them ones that go to jail.
This is what Mary Trump says. Pam Bondi won't resign and she won't be fired. She's doing exactly what her boss hired her to do.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. She's just acting out under Nazi orders. You know, like I said,
Nazi?
man. I mean, in what's the word for that? When you
Fascist?
No. What I'm saying is that every Nazi was under orders. If you compare people acting out the agenda of an evil regime to an evil regime of the past, it's like, yo, Pam Bondi is acting under orders. She's doing evil things under the orders of, under the orders of her boss, for sure.
When you see things like, you know who Nick Fuentes is, right?
Nasty, dirty little motherfucker.
But he's sounding like a Democrat now. You notice that, right?
What does that tell you about the Democrats?
Look, this is what.
We're talking all about this Pam Bondi hearing today in the Senate. What is that all about? This is like the worst defense from a politician I have ever seen in my entire life. It's just like a joke. And maybe you've seen the clip already. It went viral on social media. Pam Bondi goes to a hearing in the Senate. She's interrogated about the Jeffrey Epstein files. Or pardon me, this is in the House. She is interrogated over the Jeffrey Epstein files, and they're asking her about the victims, and are you going to unredact the rest of the files, and are you going to investigate any of these people? And she's talking about the stock market. She's doing this like ham-handed Trump thing where she's trying to...
So that's basically what...
Nick Fuentes, yeah. Chief of all the racist, fascist youth. It's gross. It's just sickening to me that people like him even have a platform to speak and be heard.
That's true, but he's calling the administration out. I don't know if you want to give him credit for that, but he
credit?
is.
No,
For me, I'm not giving him credit at all. It makes me wonder what happens with the rest of the folks who are like him. You know, you've got like Andrew Schultz out here now saying, I made a mistake, and Tim Pool is out here saying, I think that Bondi should resign, or any of that. They're all kind of saying the same thing. And then I wonder if they've gone so far that they've become far right, that they've become left, like they circled all the way back around.
No. I don't think so. But they're just coming to terms with the harsh reality of the dwindling end of MAGA, man. Like, that shit is dying.
You think so?
I mean, it's foolish. And when I see people like Theo Von and fucking Nick Fuentes calling foul on the very president and administration that they uplifted into power, I'm so fucking unimpressed. Because anybody acting like they didn't know what this was about, what was coming, like, no, you supported fascism, you supported racism, you are a racist. I mean, Nick Fuentes is a virulent, vicious racist.
Yep.
So anti-black, so anti-immigrant. The Theo Vons, these different podcasters that even Joe Rogan, that elevated Trump to this fucking king-like position as he ran on a platform of anti-black hatred, of anti-immigrant hatred, of anti-Muslim hatred, anti-gay. Yo, fuck you. Like, I don't believe you. You're just jumping ship. You're jumping ship because it's a sinking ship. It's easy to jump ship from a sinking ship. You chose to steer the fucking ship, though.
Yes, but that's what they call grifting.
Exactly.
They're grifters.
Yeah, it's exactly.
So we've seen the brutality of ICE. We know what's been happening with law enforcement for a long time. We were talking about with black bodies. This is in Indianapolis. I don't know if you've seen this video, but I want you to listen to what this officer says right here. Oh, shoots. I screwed that one up. Hold on one second.
This is in Minneapolis?
I will fucking kill you. So now the cop says, I will effing kill you. And then now they're the Indianapolis Police Department.
Oh, this is Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
it's 17-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, that's been my experience with police my whole life. I remember it's one of the first times I came in contact with the police was standing outside of my middle school in 6th grade, and I had my hands in my hoodie, and the police called me over to the car, and he said, if you don't take your hands out your fucking hoodie, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face right now. You know, and I'm an 11-year-old kid. I didn't know he thought I could be holding a gun in my hoodie because I never even seen a gun. But a cop telling a 17-year-old kid, I will fucking kill you, is completely in line with my understanding of the police in America, 100%.
I will punch you
In the fucking face.
And what'd you do?
I took my hands out of my hoodie.
And what happened?
It was okay, you know, but I got arrested a lot of times at that age. Sometimes I would just be riding a bike, you know, and they'd say, hey, you ran from us yesterday. Get your ass on the ground. And it just fucked me up. And I didn't run from them yesterday, you know, just like mistaken identity. But that's familiar to me. That's the way cops talk to us. Child, grown. See, black boys in America don't have the opportunity to remain children. By the time you become 11, 12 years old, you're seen as a threat to the power structure. You're seen as, as a monster to society in many cases. And that's how they treat you, like, you know, I will fucking kill you. And that's why you got trouble with pushing ICE out of cities or even having a balance, because the police force, by and large, supports all that shit. They are one and the same. The police force are not a different entity than ICE.
Do you think it's shocking to people because this has been happening to black people for a long time, and now they're seeing it sadly happen to white people, and you have white people being killed? But as you said, this has been happening to black folks forever. Look at George Floyd. You know, we saw him be murdered in front of our very eyes, and then you have people defending it, saying, just making excuses for it, even to this day. People are asking, like, Trump
Want to see another? You got to look at the other camera angle.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of seeing the other camera angle.
I hate the other camera angle, and I hate because some shit is just objectively bad.
I can't watch the other fucking camera angle. I have no time for justifications of state violence and murder of innocent people, you know. But white supremacy is not and has never been actually about race. It's about the steal. I mean, it's about justifying the steal of black bodies. It's justifying the steal of labor. It's justifying the steal of native land. So yeah, they'll kill white people in furtherance of white supremacy because it's a convoluted, distorted ideology that is really about the steal. And it all comes back to a return to tribalism.
Can we talk about, since you mentioned when you came in, you talked about the freedom of the press.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Where do you think the press is right now, and what do we need?
Well, first we need to free Don Lemon, man, until it's backwards, man. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate what you've been doing, and I appreciate when you went to Chicago and you stood on that street. That's what we call the east side of Chicago. Mm-hmm. It's not a place that many people go that don't live there. And so to see you on the east side of Chicago next to that apartment building where ICE propelled out of a helicopter and ripped black and Latino people out of their beds in the nude, and see you speaking to them and see you exposing that truth, that naked truth, no pun intended, like for the world to see as a Chicagoan, it was very powerful to me, and I really appreciated it because it's a rawness that you rarely get from journalism. And obviously, you've been targeted because of that. And in that way, I guess you kind of join a long history of powerful black voices that are targeted by the legal system for speaking the truth, you know? And I mean, you're not in bad company in that case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it sucks, of course, and I can only imagine like the stress that it's putting on you and your family, but I do want you to know that I and many people that I relate to, man, we appreciate you for that. You know what I mean? And we say free you, man. Free Don Lemon till it's backwards, man.
Thank you, Vic.